All right, you guys. It is Thursday morning, the 23rd, I think, of March. I think it's the 23rd. Walking in another part of DC, which, frankly, even 15 years ago, you probably couldn't have walked in with feeling all that comfortable. They've put up a lot of new apartments, but see how they keep the old buildings in there too. The convention center's down that way, which is what is spurring a lot of this growth. Anyway, I want to just come on. I'll try to keep it really short. This is about Logic and GOLQ, and I'm really excited to say that Lucky's not as excited. Are you, Lucky? Are you? I don't know how that'll come out. Anyway, Logic, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Washington, D.C. time, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time, the CEO of Logic and coincidentally the acting CEO of GOLQ is going to come on live to do a video or a live call, I guess is a better way of talking about it. 1 p.m. tomorrow. He's going to be available for half an hour. I'm going to have one of the very talented people from our live calls try to help moderate it. She agreed to do that. It'll be, it's all an experiment, but as long as we're flexible, I think it'll be a really successful call. I'm also going to bring on, if he's available, small cap investing, and possibly a couple of other guys, so that the call can go longer than half an hour, and you can get a full airing of all your questions. That'll be my goal, is that every question gets answered, and I hope that after the call you'll be as excited about the opportunity as possible. I've summarized it a few times. I'm sorry for all the noise. It's you only notice the noise when you don't want it around, I guess. But here's these are all these developments are new, and it's just slowly, there's luxury apartments there, it's just slowly turning DC I think into a destination. Right now I think there's a lot of empty apartments, although they're filling up. Of course, if we go to war, they'll fill up very quickly as people come into DC, but let's not hope that happens. Anyway, just to summarize why I think you should come on the call, Logic has just, because of the hard work of the CEO, Brent, Suen, has been able to extricate itself, sorry for my pronunciation, from a toxic note with Ionic Ventures. And that was just announced this week. And this is a game changer. It means that there's no more pressure on the stock price from just day after day after day after day after day after day selling. You have a chairman of the SEC who loves to go after Kim Kardashian, Lindsay Lohan. It gets him headlines, but he does nothing about this endless selling that these poor companies have to weather when they think they're signing a contract with a so-called finance, a so-called investment manager that's going to finance the company. And then it's not even a monsoon. Monsoons end. It's not a flood in the sense of floods in nature. They end. This is just it becomes a force of, let's call it nature, a force of nature that just suppresses stock prices. Well, guess what? In the case of Logic, that's gone. That is gone. And last time Ionic pulled themselves out of the selling market for a few days because there was a quiet period waiting a press release. The stock went to 88 cents. That was in December. So we've got a stock trading at 46 cents. You'll hear all about this tomorrow, but Logic is at 46 cents. Its ownership of GOLQ is worth around 20 cents a share, adjusted for the market price. I can't remember, but around 20 cents a share. So you're, in a way, risking here at 46 cents, you're risking about 26 cents. There's a little bit of buffer in there, is my point. But what you're getting is a stock that is going to split into two parts. One is Digital Logic, and that's through the Aubrey SPAC. That's been priced at, to my memory, priced at $114 million, $10 a share. But it doesn't, all that will be explained, and it doesn't matter to get into the details. The point is, I think it's worth about $1.50 to maybe as high as $2.50, but out of the gate, I think you could use a $1.50 number. If you add that ownership of GOLQ at 20 cents, that's $1.70. Sorry, I'm raising my voice because I feel like it's loud. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. Here's Bread for the City is a great charity, but I used to drive to Bread for the City when I lived in the suburbs, and this area was dodgy, to call it, or sketchy in an American term. And but it's amazing what's happening. These are luxury apartments they put in. It's bringing, it's bringing enough population that restaurants and other businesses can be open. So this is going to be a living neighborhood. Couldn't be more excited. So anyway, with Logic, you get the Aubrey SPAC, which will become Digital Logic, publicly traded. I think out of the gate it's $1.50 or better, and then they've already got lined up, which Brent can talk about, additional transactions, which I think over the period of the next few months to a year could get the stock much higher. You will also get, if you own the shares or if you buy the shares, you will also get the distribution of the shell Logic, which will be a shell, for a heartbeat before they house it, or a big company is housed inside of it. And I think that gets out of the gate at around 50 cents or better. So, I think I'm being conservative that the stock's going to be worth $2 to $2.25 in the next, let's say, as soon as the next 3 weeks, as these stories become visible, but certainly maybe over the next quarter, let's say by the end of the second quarter. So buying it at under 50 cents, and let's just say, just for my arithmetic, it goes to $2.50. That's a 5x potential. Adjust that please, to be conservative if you want. Maybe it's a 4x potential over the next 3 months. And GOLQ also is quite exciting for the same reasons that Logic is. The dynamics of the we used to call it high tech, but I guess it's now, I don't know what you guys call these technology companies. But the dynamics that are going on is, you get these hardworking group of motivated young, smart young people, mostly young, developing companies with the plan on going public. Well, the IPO markets are closed. The OTC markets are crooked. And now you've got a team at both Logic and GOLQ who can roll up, is the term we used to use, but they can absorb these companies in teams and create an exit for which is quite valuable. I'm sorry for this noise.
Here's La Jambe, Ville, Fromage, Charcuterie. I mean, these things, I'm telling you, these kind of restaurants were not here in this part of DC.
It's just a change going on, and it's continuing. Here's a nice little outdoor restaurant and a picture of somebody. I don't know who that is. You probably do. It's either a picture of somebody you know or a bad painting of someone I know. Anyway, these teams have exciting technologies. They have exciting prospects for growth, but they don't have a way to monetize or exit or create value. Well, guess what? Here is Logic and GOLQ ready to accept them. They're already public. They've got the great talent of Brent and the rest of his team, and the deal flow is amazing. So I expect the combined company, which I'm saying is, I think I'm being conservative, 250 in the near term. I think it could exit the year at from these prices at, call it 50 cents. I think it could exit the year straddling $10 a share. Let's say $8 to $12 a share, based on a exit rate, revenue rate of maybe 100 million a year. So anyway, tune in Friday. I'll be live, and I think I'm gonna try to set up a space call. That's what I am trying to do. The only way I won't do it that way is if I don't get the help I need. So 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It should be exciting. Same bat channel, same bat excitement. Thank you. Thanks for listening. See you then.